Maybe you are new to Commonplace books like I am. This is my new setup to collect and apply wisdom to my life and my daily routines. In this video, I'm going to show you a simple way to create your own Commonplace book. What is a Commonplace book, you may ask? It's different from a journal. A journal is for your thoughts, it's introspective. A Commonplace book is other people's thoughts, ideas, advice, and philosophy. The purpose for mine is to collect wisdom, advice, and philosophy I've learned from books and put it into one notebook. I always had a hard time remembering important things I read, but this solved that problem. You see, I used to put all the book notes that I read in the back of my journals, but the problem with that is I do one journal notebook every year. So at the end of the year, when I filed that journal away, well then the next year when I thought about that book and I wanted to see the notes, well, it's not in my current journal, it's in the one that I've, filed away in my desk. So this Commonplace book that I made has really been a good solution to that problem and been really handy. Let me show you how I made it. So the way that I've set this up is very easy and simple. The notebook I chose to use for this is the Leuchtturm 1917 A5 size. And I actually put a link for this and the Moleskine down below. They're my favorite ones. But think about this book as a library of books. It's like 100 books in one. So the way that I do it is on the first page, I just start with the first book title, put the author, and then you can even put the month and date that you read it. And then as you go, you just put all your notes that you've highlighted in the book. And when you get to the end of your notes for a book, you just write the title of the next book and you just keep going. And as you can see, some books may have less notes than others. This one I didn't have a whole lot. It was a fasting book. But then others you may have pages of notes. The important thing is just to get all the things that you've underlined in your books transferred and written into your Commonplace book. The reason I like this A5 size is because really it's about the size of a book. And so when you take this to just go read it, it's like reading a book full of books. At any time, I can just grab this book and read through it for motivation, personal development, or just to challenge myself. It highlights all the important information I've pulled from the books that I've read. Have you ever watched a movie over and over, but you keep catching things in it that you've never noticed before? The same thing can happen with books. As I go through my notes, something may take on a new meaning or even just hit me in a different way. I read a broad range of books and different topics. They're all nonfiction, of course. They're mainly about business, money, faith, and personal development. You never know when you might reread something in your Commonplace book that changes the course of your life, helps you achieve one of your goals, or even influences an important decision that you may be pondering. Don't trust your memory. Write down the important things that you read. This has been a great asset for me in my own journey of living intentionally consistent. It's full of insightful quotes, advice, and nuggets of wisdom that I want to be reminded of regularly. And because I can't remember everything I read, this Commonplace book makes a terrific reference to reflect on. I recently asked my 10-year-old son, when I'm gone, do you know what the most valuable thing that I could leave you is? And he was quiet and he paused and he was thinking and he thought, a house. And I said, no. And he said, your truck. And I said, no. And he said, the bank accounts. And I was like, boy, that ain't right. And I said, the most valuable thing that I can leave you is my books, my library, my journals, my notebooks, everything that I've read and put together and collected in notebooks. Over the years, one of my goals has always been to build a little library of books that make me a better person, that teach me new skills, and that challenge me to become the person I want to be. Think about this, the book that you don't read can't help you. So I buy the books, I read the books, I underline things in them, and then I transfer it into a Commonplace book. Going to the gym exercises the body, and reading a book exercises the brain. We feed our body pretty well, why not feed our mind pretty well too? This book is full of good old brain food. It's been so helpful to me, and I think that it could help you too. It definitely helps commit things to memory too, because it's so easy to just grab this little book and reread over and over things that I want to get stuck in my mind. Plus, it's way easier to carry around a single little notebook than some huge stack of books. I hope this idea helps you in creating your own Commonplace book. Make it your own and be creative, make it fun, and something that you will use and take pride in. What other things can you think of to add to your Commonplace book? Leave a comment and let me know your ideas. What a neat treasure to hand down to your kids one day too, a book full of all the wisdom and advice that you took the time to read and write down, and now you can hand it down. However, a Commonplace book will not do you or anyone else any good if it's never created. I've added a couple Amazon links below for 2 of my favorite notebooks to use for this if you need a nice book to get you started. This notebook may have cost me about 20 bucks or so, but I guarantee you it'll be worth thousands or more in my own personal development, and probably yours too. As always, remember to make a change or tomorrow will look like today. If you enjoy this, don't forget to subscribe for more content on intentional consistency. Check out this video next. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.